Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and get the installation done on the new TST Industries for the 2019 and 2020 ZX6R. Hopefully this video camera goes recording well, and of course I'm gonna need some room. So I just finished changing my oil for the 2020 ZX6R, my first oil change run. So the only hard thing is this little guy right here, the oil filter. I had the little cardboard tray, piece of cardboard to lure the oil out, but the problem with that was that this hose was bending it backwards, so it starts seeping oil back behind. So that's why it has some leak. So if I get a good wash, should drain out or turn on the engine, it should heat up all the oil, burn it up. So that's that. For the most part, it's actually pretty easy. The oil bolt filter drain is down here. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. And oil filters right here. So for the most part, it's pretty easy compared to the Ninja 650, which is in the front behind the exhaust manifold on a Ninja 650. So it was hard to like drain, but at least that was a little easy, I guess. I don't know, but it was a lot more messy for the Ninja 650 to change the oil, because it dripped oil from the oil filter onto the exhaust manifold. So I could have some, if I knew ahead of time, then place some towel so it absorbs into the towel rather than on the exhaust manifold. But for the ZX6R, it has this little plastic tray that helps guide the oil out and drips down to here, drains out that way. But since I didn't want to make a mess, so I put a cardboard, but end up still making a mess that gets to a place where I can't reach and clean. So I'm gonna figure out another way on my next oil change, see how I do that. But yeah. Anyway, a few other mods that I've done is I routed the cigarette lighter plug directly bolted to the battery. Plug this guy in. So it protrudes a little bit, but the seat covers, it pushes down and it bends forward because of the zip tie that I put in place on both sides. So when you put the seat down, it does that. So it's fine. Got plenty of room, and it stays charged for a long run. I was about to drill a hole, put the grommet there and route the wires around, but I didn't want to do that. I'll think about it. Okay, so beginning. I want to go ahead and start with the integrated tail light. I got the TST Industry over there, and remove this because I jerry-rigged this stock turn signals onto the license plate fender limiter that this DMP license plate holder does not come with a bracket to fit the standard stock turn signal. So what I did was I used the bracket plate and cut off the stock turn signal. So I shouldn't have done that, but you know, push comes to shove, I need a turn signal then. So I end up putting the plate against the license plate. There's a hole that goes through, and you put washers and it holds it in place. For the most part, it holds it. It does a job. So pretty good. All right. So let's get started with the TST. Box opening. So the one I got was basically I bought with the flash relay, so that way the flashers don't flash too fast, making it a little difficult for people to see which side you're turning on, and might give people some seizure. So anyway, last thing you need is some seizure rider driver behind you and smack into you because you have a quick flash. Anyway, that's another story that the people will use against you. Anyway, so it comes with all the necessary wires to mount. There's the turn signals, and I believe the green and the brown turn signal, the green one goes to, or the black harness, sorry, black clip. Other one, the brown one, goes to the gray clip that we'll show you later. And this is the stoplight. First thing first, take out the seat, take out the rear seat to open up the space. So as you can see, I removed the servo, exhaust servo, and got myself a servo buddy, and it's hidden away. So this area is opened up a lot for me to store some stuff. So what you're gonna need is Allen to remove, Allen bolt to remove these. Yeah, it's too big. That's what she said. So these, when you remove them, the plastic has the washer underneath, and this one does not. So keep that in mind. The reason why we're removing these bolts, and you know, since you do have access directly here, is because the stoplight tail has a little plug that goes back here directly. So we need to remove these push pin, Allen, pop this off. There's this here, these screws, and the tail comes out. All right, so no washer. Long one, short one, remember? The washer with the short one goes in the middle, and the washer with the long one goes to the back. Right? So the only one without the washer is the one with the black frame, subframe, and it's the long one. You don't really need to over torque these, just enough when you tighten back up. Normally I don't do install videos, but raining season is about to be here, so I just want to make some content for you guys. There's plenty of videos out there, including TST Industries have their own how to install videos. These are push pins. Don't forget to take these out. I think I just dropped mine. So the back side has this little hook that seats in place like this. So you did not see that. So this has a little rubber piece that sticks in, so you just pop it off. Just make sure you remove the and this has a Velcro tape across, so it's not that hard to remove the frame fender there. I'm debating on getting this off because it ruins the flow of the looks, so I might take this off, but it is functional, so I'm debating. Anyway, all right. and it's off. Let's put it somewhere safe. Yeah, you don't want to break that clip. See that clip right there? I'll show it to you. So kind of like pried that way off, and it's being held by this rubber grommet. And into that little hole, if you can see it, has a little hook that goes in there. And this is just rotated up because it's being held by these screws. So you're good. You don't have to take that out and lose or break. Those are plastic screws. Alright, so Phillip. That's why we have to take it off, because of this. They're being held. That was covered by the rear frame. And then these screws, Phillips screws. Alright, so you don't want to strip the bolt. So make sure you get the right size Phillip. This always fit. One is deeper and one is wider. But the wider one, I don't think it'll fit. Yep. Make sure they fit deep enough and able to turn. Otherwise you start stripping the head of the Phillips screw. One metal dark screw goes in the outside middle. That removes the frame cover. Good. Okay. Alright, so open up this clip holder, wire holder, grommet, and you have the cable from the tail light that goes all the way to this little guy. So you have to get the pliers to pinch. There you go. Pinch and push down. So plier, needle nose plier, either one works. The reason why I chose needle nose is that I can pinch and push down with my hand. So there's the servo buddy, nicely tucked away. Alright, so the clip. There you go. Route the cable forward. Four Phillips screws. And this Phillips screw has washer and a rubber gasket. So we're going to reuse that rubber gasket. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna need to take these out. And reuse them on the TST. Magic, it disappeared. After removing the license plate holder bracket, this hangs down a bit lower, so it's easier to put this in after you put in the grommet rubber gasket, because otherwise it'll be harder to get this in. I think it's easier to do it this way. In. Yep. And then we go ahead and put those screws back in. So the screw is the one with the washer to hold the rubber. It makes it a lot easier if you actually take out the license plate, so this then can hang down and be able to fit the screws in. Sure you wrap that back in. So yeah, you don't really need to take that 10mm bolt out. It's just the screws. Put the servo back down here. Everything goes back in reverse order. So All right, plug them in and test the light. If I remember correctly, the green one and then the brown one. The green one goes to the black harness, and the brown one goes into the gray harness. And this guy goes to this guy. For the brake light. All right, let's turn on the key and test. So left, yep, looking good. And then if you go right, yep. And if you step on the brake, nice, the flashing. And the program button is at the back here of the tail light. So you press it, it cycles through the different options of flash. And I think on that one, and keep the flashing brake. Nope. Oh, that's continuous flash on the brake. Strobe effect. Nope. Standard flash and standard brake. Audi flash, standard brake, strobe flash, standard brake. So yep. I think I want this one. All right, let's install the relay. All right, I need to take out this. So what I was saying that, you know, there's a washer that holds it with a black brace bracket that came with the stock. So I cut it off up to where the bracket is, so it fits close enough. Then when you tighten it, it stays held in place. So that's another alternate options for those who didn't buy the bracket kit to fit that comes with the stock turn signal. So the stock turn signal has a little bracket to hold in place, where this hole for the stock, for the license plate holder, has this little oval shape to fit that bracket holder. Then you can screw it in But since it doesn't have that oval bracket slot, it actually has just a regular circle. You could use an aftermarket turn signal to fit with a screw in like this. So, but the problem with the stock turn signal is that it doesn't fit because of that larger oval shape holder. So until you cut it down close to where this line is that holds the screw, when you screw this in, there's a little screw that this holds it. I put a washer there so it holds it in place and pinches between this and the other bracket. So I'll take it off and I'll show it to you. So yeah, so you can see the bracket that comes with it. So the reason why I left it there is because of this wire harness that plugs into the turn light. And then the hole is right there. So I'm just gonna keep this in hand for now. Just in case I need to put it on back because of local laws. I haven't read up on it. Okay, so back. So I can go ahead and put the license plate holder back up. I think I'm gonna need this back. Put the washer in. Screw this in. Put that up. Put the washer in and screw this in. All right, so those are tightened. And now let's do the flash relay. So the flash relay is underneath the battery in this slot right here. So we need to remove the battery. Need 10mm bolts. So we're gonna disconnect the negative first, otherwise you'll short the whole battery. And then I'll show you how to connect this to accessory. So basically AutoZone or Riley's just crimp these terminals to hold them in place, the positive and negative pretty much. I have it directly on to there, so I can charge my phone without turning on the accessory key power. So yeah, so once you disconnected that, everything else is not connected to the battery, so there's no electrical current. So it's okay to do this positive side. If you left this on with the battery in the negative, there's still circuit going around, and you're now touching the positive, and if you touch any metal part, you'll short something. So always disconnect the back, the ground terminal first. All right. These, you're gonna have to loosen these 3 also. I'm gonna shorten it up. So yeah, like these, if you touch the battery positive side, it's not going to short because the ground is not connected. Just be careful this doesn't reconnect back on. So these are the battery terminal ones. This one goes in the back, which was part of the servo. I'm just keeping the bolts. Nothing special, just keeping the bolts. Right, so that's the front. The reason why I can't use this because of this little electrical cable is in the way. It's gonna be a while. The hell is being held by? Putting this back in is going to be a pain in the ass. All right, after removing the battery, it's this guy. So we need to pop that off. And there's this rubber gasket. You need that also. So let me put this away real quick. So take that gasket out. Pop that out. For the gasket, yeah, you have to put it at the bottom. Hopefully you can see this. But yeah. Make it easier, I'm gonna use this guy. And pull that out. And slide this through. That way it mounts right back with the extra slot. And to see, it goes right in there. So slide that back in. See that right there? There you go. So this is the USB cable that I route forward and up across there, goes to the front. There it is, being held by a, grommet tape. Not a grommet tape, but All right, let's put the battery back in, and there's the accessory 12 volt to plug in your USB so you can charge, and then you can also add, what do you call it? I don't know. Alright, battery goes back in, positive on the left, negative on the right. Now that you already know that. Make sure no cable is kinked underneath. I'm going to bolt this one first, so that way at least it's lined up before trying to tighten the sideways, because I know the left side is going to be the toughest one. I don't know if you can see this, but this electrical thing was held down by this little, the clip that goes and slide here. So it goes like this if you look in. So it pinches there. You have to pull the pad, the lip down so it gets away from this groove, and then you slide this out. So that makes it easier to put in that little bolt there. Alright, that's one. We can go ahead and slide this clip back on. So there it goes. Clip. Alright, so for the accessories here, I did was zip tie it, so you can go ahead and grab any of the 12 volt that's capable of 15 amps or less, but no more, no less than 5 amp, and no over 15 amp, so careful. So basically I zip tied it there. There's a little groove there, and then route the wire, maybe have it long enough to reach both sides and attach. So we're going to do this in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and connect the positive first because nothing is grounded that way. So I need the positive lead. Right, coming from the right side, there's a little groove under there. Clip and screw in. So just make sure the negative terminal doesn't touch the negative terminal of the battery, and you're good. Tighten this up. Alright, and then put the rubber gasket back on. I did cut a slit up the rubber gasket on the far right, so that way it closes. See, wraps around and covers it. You're good to go. So for the negative side, it's gonna be a little spark, and that's about it. See that spark? No? You missed it then. So same thing, I have the the ground negative terminal coming on the left side. There you go. So there's no cap on the negative side because everything else is grounded. Ground, 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 ground. And positive terminal. So as long as you don't have any positive terminals come and touch this. Alright, so plug this back in. And if you plug this without turning the key, it should charge. But make sure, since there's no accessory key turn on, that you don't leave or plug anything that has light. It will drain the battery really quickly if you don't start the bike up. So yeah, so I had a plain plug. Just plug it in, and let's put a panel back up, and we're good to go. Let me go ahead and turn on the bike real quick and test out the relay. So left light. Actually, I wanted the, there you go. It's much better without the fast blink. It actually has the, you know, kind of like the Audi turn. And when you step on the brake, it will flash to solid. So let's put everything back, and we're good to go. 636 facing the back, and we're gonna work reverse. So see the little hook or pin, whatever you want to call it, slip that in, and then there's these pin also that points to there. Just make sure the grommets are there, and there's these little hook tabs that goes back into place, and that goes back up. Right, so the long without the grommet goes here. I meant the washer, no washer. The short with the washer goes here. And the long with the washer goes here. Ooh. One push pin, so you just bring it up so it sticks above, hold it with the pin, and you press in. There you go. Same for this one. So same hook, make sure you work in a in enough area. Start with the push clip, I guess. The long one, no washer. Short one, washer. And long one, washer. Alright, and the last clip. Remember, pull it out, hold it, push it in, pop. Alright, everything good. Now we can put the seat cover up and we're all done. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.